Hey there, Jacob here from Repco, and in this video we're going to walk through adding locations. Locations are organized under businesses. If you have a business that only has one location, you'll have to add the business, all the business information, and then you'll have to add the location. This makes a lot of sense if you have multiple locations because then the reports can be combined and different things can be combined across locations. So basically, if you don't have the business added, the first step, just back here, you're on the business page. First step is to add the business. You put in the business name. Sender name is the name that is going to be in the emails when we're sending review requests. So that'll have the name of the business, probably same as business name. The reply to address is the email address you want emails to go to if somebody replies to one of those. Basically, from the agency view, your clients won't see this, but from the agency view, you could assign whether you want them to have to pay, which means that when that business owner logs in, that they'd be asked to pay before they can use the software. The brand that it's under is probably one of the brands that you've set up, maybe your agency brand. And you can request, if you select this box, then instead of using the shortened links that we have by default, it'll use your business or your brand domain as the link shortener root, which is nice if you have a short domain, but if you have a long domain, you might prefer to use one of our shortened domains here. And obviously country. Alphanumeric alias is only available outside of Canada and the US, so that would be sending text messages from like a word or like a business name instead of from a phone number. If you choose Canada or the US, that's not going to be available here. You can upload the logo and then put in the owner email and password for that business. Once the business is created, that's the shell for the locations that go under it. So if you go into a business, this is the business screen. This is where your clients will spend most of their time. Under locations, you'll need to connect a location. And so when adding a location, you put in the name of the location, the address, and then choose which profiles you want to generate reviews on. So here's a full list here. If for whatever reason you want to generate reviews on a profile that's not here, you can use the custom link profile, and then you put in the name of the profile, the link to the profile, and upload the logo of that profile, and it'll behave like the ones that we support natively. You just won't get reports on how many reviews are on that profile because obviously we're not connected up with their API. But you can still generate reviews. Otherwise, most people are using Google, Facebook, Yelp. If we choose Google, for Google, it's going to ask us for the place ID here. You can get the place ID by clicking this link here, and that'll take you here where you can put in the location name and it'll generate the place ID for you. If you have any trouble with that, reach out to support. They can help you get the place ID. Sometimes it's a little tricky for service area businesses, but they do exist. And you can add multiple. So you could add Google. So like let's say has to be in the right format here, but yes. Facebook.com/test profile. So once we've added that profile, then we could go back and also add Google. So let's say I'm just going to make up a place ID, but it'll have to be the right number of characters. Probably help if I copied one from here. Let's say Denny's. So there's our place ID. Put that into here, and then we can add the profile. So now we have two profiles here. this toggle here determines whether or not these show up on the feedback page, so that'll be in a different video, setting up the campaigns. But if maybe you want to add both of these, you'd like to track your Facebook reviews and you want them to show up in your reports, and you want to use Facebook reviews in your review widget, but you don't actually want to actively ask for reviews on Facebook, you just want to ask on Google, you can turn that off. Let's leave 1 sec. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Slightly new UI here, but if you turn off one, you have to have at least one visible, so this one's going to get locked so that you can't have 0. But we could just show Facebook, or we could just show Google. So that's pretty much all there is to adding locations. Once the location is saved, it'll show up in your list of locations, and then you'll be able to use those locations throughout the rest of the software.